Georgina. I'm a makeup artist if you don't already follow me on Instagram. This is my very first YouTube channel. I'm so excited to finally get one started. So I've gone for like a very light base, peachy tone, brown tone eyes, very sculpted, contoured out. Done my hair fresh today with the Dyson hairdryer. If you want to have a look at a tutorial on how I created this, it's on my Instagram IGTV, which is at @bygeorgina_makeup. So if you do like my stuff, please don't forget to follow me. Send me any requests of anything that you want to see. I'm going to go in with the Tarte Concealer Shape Tape in 20S, which is light sand. The most important thing is to make sure your base is coming out into the temple area. Next, I'm just going to set my eyelid with next to nothing powder in Light Plus. So this just makes the eyeshadow blend a lot smoother, and it stops the eyeshadow from creasing as well. Next, I'm going in with Natasha Denona Camel palette. This is my new favourite palette. It's got the most unbelievable tones in there. We're going to take this middle shade here. So small circles. Don't pick up too much product. You just want to build this up nice and slowly. And this is a Morphe M535 brush. The edges I just like to sweep the eyeshadow out. And I like to kind of use the flat sides of my brush to do this. I think the best thing to do when you're trying to wing your eyeshadow out is to use quite a fluffy brush. Like quite a large fluffy brush that's going to drag it out nice and smooth. I'm going to contour at the front of the eye. Next I'm going to head back into my Natasha Denona Camel palette. I'm going to go in with this shade here. So I like to go in with a shaded brush and then blend out the edges with a clean fluffy brush. Then we're bringing it in here. So just follow your natural brow bone. And then just gently blending the edges again. I like to blend right up to the eyebrow. Next, I'm going in with a Pierre Eye base, and I'm just going to cut the crease out slightly. So this is just going to really bring out the eyelid. I don't want this to be like so much of a cut crease. I want it to be like a blended cut crease. I'm going to go in with a Morphe M506 brush. I'm going to define the crease out a little bit more where I put that eye base down. Now I'm going to go in with this colour, which is... well, it's called Copper Stone, but it doesn't look very copper. Maybe it's DUNE. No. Because Copper Stone will be this one. I'm going to go in with this shade, which is like a bone colour. This is just going to reinforce the concealer that we've just put down. So, really brightening. I wouldn't say it's not shimmery, but it's not matte. It's kind of like in between. I'm really into matte eyes at the minute. So just going right over that shader line is. This is a Morphe R39 brush, and we're just gonna like blend these edges a little bit. And the reason I'm using a synthetic brush is because I feel like sometimes it picks up pigment better. Next, we're gonna go in with the darker shade from this palette. This is a Morphe E29 brush. Draw our eyeliner in with eyeshadow to begin with. So I like to start in the middle, just here. So we're going to create like a brown smoky line. And it's just so easy. So I like to go halfway with my eyeliner. And what that does, it kind of like creates a thicker line at the edge, which in theory that's going to actually bring our eyes higher. So around the front, because I've got like a really round eye shape, it's best to do the front of your eyeliner really, really tight to the lash line. Also, top tip, using brown is going to bring out the colour in your eyes more than black. Sometimes black can be a little bit harsh. Right, then we're going to put a little bit of a wing on. Let's start it in the corner of the eye. So imagine there's like a ruler just here. And you're just going to draw along that line, actually along the ruler, if it was there. Also, use the very tip of the brush to do it. You don't want to do anything with like the full body of the brush. It's going to make the lines going to be far too thick. You need to use just the tip and you're going to have so much more like control. Really need to get my nails done, but I'm having a little detox in January and my nails are ruined from acrylics. Taking a Morphe M160-1/16, well that's a mouthful. Next I'm going in with this Kiko, it's actually an eyebrow gel. I'm going to use it as a brown liner and it's number 5. And then exactly the same technique as before. So a little dot in the middle. Then we're going to go back in with our Smokey eyeliner and we're just going to like wing it out a little bit. And you have to do it when the eyeliner's wet. You can't like wait for it to dry. In theory you should probably do one eye and then blend it and then do the other one. Really old disheveled MAC 239. But I'm going to go back in with this dark colour. We're going to add a little bit more depth here and join it to our liner. We're going to go back in with our first colour and just sort of template around this eyeliner. This is why it's really important to put your base on here. Follow the shape of that eyeliner. Bitch. Definitely can't do that. Next, I'm going to go in with Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes. I just love this mascara. It's so thick and it lasts such a long time. My mascara, I like to get as close as I can to the lash line. I'm going to go in with my Tatti Lashes Individuals. And we're just going to put a few of the 40mm on the ends. Get this duo out. So what I like about these is they come in like little clusters of 3. So I've just applied DANESSA MYRICKS Prism effects all over my face for like a glossy strobing effect. Next I'm going to go in with Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood filter. In number 4. Apply this on the high points. This is like an olivey tone. So I think they do like 5 or 6 shades. I just have number 4. If you're warmer, then maybe go for shades number 5 if you've got like deeper skin tones. So my skin looks hydrated, glossy. I'm going to go in with the Dior Forever foundation. Now this is a little tester pot. So I like to kind of like press it into the skin. I've put a really sheer layer on. And what I like to do instead is just kind of like correct any breakouts or redness, pigmentation with concealers. And that way you get like a really natural finish on the skin that looks like glowy and seamless. I love hate relationship with glowy. For a while I was very much on a matte look. Matte, like photographs amazing. So just glowy, but with matte you kind of look a little bit more flawless, I'd say. So I like to try and like combine elements of both into my makeup. Then I'm going to get a beauty blender and just pat it into the skin. Right, next I'm going to go in with Sosu Jackson Contour stick. I don't really like to draw it onto the face. I like to put it on a brush and then buff it into the skin. I'm going in with a Real Techniques brush and I'm just like patting this into the skin. Right underneath the cheekbone. So I feel like I've got quite a big forehead, so by shading around my hairline it's going to bring it down and make it look smaller. Contour that jawline. Next I'm going in with my beauty blender and I'm just going to like pat around the edges just to make it seamless. Next I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape in 27H, which is light honey. So this is like a peachy shade which is going to counteract any dark under eye circles. So concealer is definitely like my favourite bit of makeup because it just changes the whole thing. We've got 27H, then we're going to use 20S, which is ZAND. I'm going to draw a line down the centre of my nose just to make it look really thin and snatched. Then I'm going to get my beauty blender and just pat this into the skin. So this is a Morphe like shader brush. It's from a set, so it doesn't actually have a number on it. I'm just going to shade down here and blur out this line. So it's set underneath our eyes. I'm going to use the by Terry Hyaluronic powder and Huda Beauty cupcake powder. And then just gently first just pat and set underneath that eye. So we mainly just want to set around this area, these two areas here, underneath the eye. We don't want to take this out here because we want to keep this bit shiny. Love these two powders because the by Terry one is so finely milled. It really gives you that airbrush effect, and the cupcake one is really brightening. Yeah, the cupcake is like a peachy pinky shade, which is really nice underneath the eyes. It's very like Kardashian. Next, I'm going to go in with Too Faced Chocolate Bronzer. I'm taking a Japonesque 961 brush. Best advice is to just pat everything in. You don't want to swish because you don't want to like disturb anything underneath. What I love about this style of makeup, there's no like clear start to end where all the elements of the makeup are, like you don't know where the blush or the bronzer really starts. It's just all really like moulded in together. So this is a really matte bronzer and it's amazing for contouring out the nose or just general face contour. So this is a Morphe R39 brush. I'm going to start in the front of the eye here. We're just going to drag it down. The closer you bring your lines together, the narrower your nose is going to look. Obviously that little line that we drew down before with concealer is just going to like snatch it and make it look really thin. Next we're going to go back in with our Huda Beauty powder and we're just going to do some reverse contouring. Right, and now I'm going to do my brows. So for eyebrows, I'm going to go in with my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. We're just going to brush the hairs up. So this is just going to lock them in place, and then I'm just going to draw some little lines going into the brow with my Kiko No. 5 Brow Gel. So just draw lines at like 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock. And just really gently, like you don't even want to barely be touching the skin. If you do it too hard, just comb it out. Just space the hairs apart. I'm just gonna dust this powder off and we'll go in with our highlight. So I'm gonna use a Morphe M335 brush. I'll get out my bronzer brush and just bronze over my chin. Then I'm going to go over the top with MAC Cream Colour Base in Pale. Next, I'm going to go in with Morphe Continuous Set and Spray Mist. I'm just going to spray all over the face, chest if we want to, shoulders. And that just gives you, again, a nice glow and set at the same time. This is probably one of my favourite setting mists. It smells amazing and it gives your skin the most gorgeous finish. So I'm going to take 2 lip liners. This one is MAC Whirl. And then I like to drop it in the middle, just to like give that like really plump lip. People like to draw their cupid's bow in, I like to go over mine. So really drop it in the middle. And then colour the sides in. Then I just like to draw a little line in the middle, just to make them look really plump like Angelina Jolie. With Cork, and I'm just going to line the lower part of my lip, the top part, anywhere where you want to make it look bigger, you need to go in with the darker lip liner. So just really gently defining it out. I'm literally just going to pat it over the lighter parts of my lips. And that's it, look finished. So we've gone for like a really soft, light base, and then we've packed it on with our concealer, our powders, blushes, contour bronzer. I like to do that and have a really thick layer of base. This just adds like more depth to the skin doing it this way without looking cakey. Thanks everyone so much for tuning into my look today. If you do like it, please like and subscribe to my channel and follow my Instagram page. Please send me any requests of what you want to see. I want to be doing more and more tutorials every day, so yeah, keep me busy and let me know what you think.